Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Meet the Newsmakers. I'm Jon Garlick and I'm here with Dr. Tony Willis, new superintendent of the Calhoun County School System. Welcome.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here.
Well, you started August 1st, so it's been a couple of months.
It has.
You got your feet under you, made all these changes.
Yes.
Well, before we talk about everything you're doing, why don't you give our viewers a little background? Where did you come from and why did you come here?
Yes. Well, I'll answer them in reverse. Why I came here, it's a great community, great group of people. I actually lived, my elementary days were in northeast Alabama, so I'm familiar with this region of the state and have a lot of contacts and friends with people that are in this area. There's a great school system here and a lot of potential to be even better. But my background, I actually started, if I back up, I was a director in Decatur, which was a similar size system, a little bit larger, but was superintendent in Demopolis City Schools for the past 3 years. And Demopolis is over. I've been blessed. I grew up in Florence, right in the shadows of UNA, and then as superintendent in Demopolis, I was right there at West Alabama. And so I thought I'd try another former Gulf South Conference JSU over here at Calhoun County. But in Demopolis, I worked there for 3 years as superintendent and had an opportunity to come over here. I like the larger district. I like the the diversity and the different communities that are here. It's a new challenge, and I'm excited about it.
So is there a difference between city school systems and county school systems as a superintendent?
There is. As a matter of fact, even the State Department puts most of our information out when they list things. They'll list, here's your city and here's your county schools. There's some inherent differences for sure in most cities, and there's exceptions, but a lot of the city districts, they all funnel into a one high school town, even some of the larger ones. Now, obviously, a Huntsville or Birmingham or some of these city school systems, they have multiple high schools, but a lot of times everyone is leading into one high school for their city. They're funded slightly differently, but definitely in a county you have a different situation because we have 7 high schools and 7 distinct communities. And sometimes in a county, we talk a lot about working together, but we also have to remind them we're talking academically because we know y'all want to beat each other at sports, but we are on the same team. But on Friday night or on a Tuesday night in volleyball or whatever, it is a good friendly competition.
Well, that brings us to an interesting conversation. So in November we have an election. A big chunk of your school board is going to turn over. And that's a different dynamic. Here you are, you came in August 1st, you've got a school board that hired you, you've been working with them you will be working with them for a few months, and then it's going to be probably over half gets turned over.
Correct.
How do you think that's going to, you're the leader of the school system, that is a leadership challenge.
It is, and that was something that I really looked into a lot before accepting the position, because the current board, great people, they have a great track record of doing good things here, and the people spoke very highly of these board members. But like you said, it's changing over. So fortunately, I knew some people that knew some of the more likely candidates, the people that are running, and I have a lot of confidence that the good things and the strength of this board will continue. They will continue to have good governance from the board members. It's no doubt that there's been a lot of good things in Calhoun County, but to your question of the challenge, it's a challenge, but that's part of, I guess, while I'm in the process of learning a new community, as soon as I start learning a few things, I'll turn around and start learning some new board members as well.
Well, it keeps you on your toes.
It does.
Right?
It's a healthy process to always be learning.
So you spoke to our division of multiple high schools and how the board gets all competitive. But we have a board that's at large. So that means you can be elected regardless of where you live, so long as you live in the county. And sometimes that ends up with a board that's concentrated in one area, as opposed to districting. Have you worked with a board that was district before?
I have. And there are pros and cons both ways. I think one of the huge benefits of being at large is when it's district, even though we all know decisions should be made for the overall betterment of the whole, it is very easy to think, but I was elected by this portion or this portion, and my responsibility is to look out. And in reality, and we talk a lot, I talk with my directors a lot about prioritizing the team they own versus the team they lead. And we use that phraseology of the team that you lead. Sometimes it can be easy to think about, but this is all that matters to me, but you have to remember the bigger team that you're on. And I think when it's at large, sometimes it's easier to keep your sights set on, hey, but we're trying to do what's best for everyone. I'm not here to serve as an advocate for a certain community. However, the danger can be when they're elected this way, you could end up theoretically with 7 people from one community, and they may not be elected by that community technically, but they would naturally tend to serve them if that's where they live and their kids go to school.
And I think that's part of human nature, surely, and I think that may be why, within the county government we have districts, and the idea being for districting that yeah, I've been elected and I do represent my district, and so everybody is representing fairly their district with their own issues, and then the board as a whole, with your leadership, makes a decision that benefits the whole. So you have a challenge then.
No doubt.
That's interesting. What is your plan, your vision for our system?
We talk a lot about that. We have different communities and different school systems. They may have some of their individual goals, but when we look at our mission and our purpose as educators, there's a lot of things we do that, we have a feeding program, we do lunches, and we have safety and security, and we try to make sure our kids are safe, and we have athletics, and we have extracurricular events. But all of that really connects back to trying to maximize how much these kids learn so they can actually go out and be productive citizens. And when I say learn, it doesn't always even mean strictly academics. And there's life skills to learn. There's soft skills that have to be learned. There's relationships. There's different things that we indirectly try to teach, but our task is to teach them the academic side so that they are out there and that we're producing people that have a foundation academically that, our goal is to make sure that someone can do whatever they want. One of the things that would kill me is if a student ever left here and thought, well, I wanted to do this with my life, but I went to school here. We've got to make sure that if a kid wants to be in Harvard Law School, then we have laid the foundation that can allow that to happen for them. But we also, if someone wants to finish their formal education the day they walk across with a high school diploma and go straight to work, that they can be a great employee in that workforce because we've also given them the skills that are needed outside of strict academic.
So what's wrong with Yale Law School or UConn? Right. My dad was a graduate of UConn Law School.
Well, there you go. That would be good.
My grandfather was a graduate of Yale Law School. Come on now.
I've probably watched Suits too much.
You probably have. Oh, my goodness. We're going to take a break. Well, we're going to take a break in 1 minute. Okay, so we got a minute. You have, not to coin a phrase from the previous administration, but there's academics, athletics, and what was the third one? Arts, which seem to encapsulate what goes on in the schools. That's a balanced thing, and you were speaking to that, playing to the strength of kids. Now we can take a break. Okay, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll talk more with Tony Willis. Thank you very much.
All right.
You may not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 23-24 Silverado light duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 24 Team 1 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox, 24 models. You got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team One Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
Discover why Hungry Hut Barbecue has been Etowah County's go-to for mouth-watering barbecue for 40 years. If you're not in the mood for barbecue, try our very popular chicken finger plate with fried green tomatoes of our famous fried pickles. And don't forget about our drive-thru. Come down to Hungry Hut's Barbecue today.
Hey guys, I'm Cameron Minton with Minton Home Center. Minton Home Center has been in business for over 40 years. We are a family-owned and operated manufactured home dealership. We offer affordable housing for our customers as well as a multitude of different financing options to help our customers get into a new home. When you come to Minton Home Center and you start looking around our lot, the first thing you will notice is that we have the most competitive prices in the industry.
Good afternoon, I'm Dr. Olubidi. I would like to welcome you to our clinic, which is virtually your clinic. We strive to provide a family environment from our nurses as well as the practitioners we have in the clinic to serve you and your family members. We pride ourselves for having state-of-the-art facility here in the clinic to include ultrasound, fibroscan to check on your liver. We welcome you in our clinic, your clinic at Dr. Olubidi's. And thank you so very much.
At DVP Auto Group, we have a wide selection of any type of car you could want. We offer financing for all types of credit. Not only can we help you to purchase a car affordably, but we can help you with any issues you may experience with your car as well. We provide oil change, tire repair, brake service, or anything else you may need. We also gladly accept trade-ins, and if you're willing, we can help you drive away in a new car the same day. If you don't see something you like in the lot, we'll help you find one, whether you buy from us or not. Come see us today.
When you buy insurance online, you may not always be aware of what you're getting. At Allstate Jonathan Everly, we pride ourselves on making sure that our clients are adequately protected. With over 18 years in experience, our staff is more than well prepared to provide you with the best service available. At Allstate Jonathan Everly, you're in good hands.
In the fight against breast cancer, we will never surrender. Every day, brave hearts and strong souls come together to face this challenge head-on. On Saturday, September 28th at 9 a.m., Morelia Vineyards and Winery in Hoax Bluff will host a 5K to raise money for Never Surrender in the fight against breast cancer and help save lives in our community. It is $30 to pre-register. Sign up today at runsignup.com. From our earliest beginnings, Taylor Real Estate Solutions has been a part of the JSU community, serving as Jack State's premier property management partner, but our service extends far beyond management. With over 30 years combined real estate expertise, we are your team for buying and selling real estate. Our knowledgeable agents will guide you through buying and selling process with confidence and ease.
Taylor Real Estate Solutions, Jacksonville's hometown real estate team.
What can you buy for $10? A hat? A milkshake? 166 channels plus live sports? That's right, for only $10 you can get 166 channels of classic TV shows and movies, including the latest news update from all around the world and local sports. Just simply go to 24ctn.com and click download, and then for only $10 you can have access to the best TV available.
Welcome back. We're here with Dr. Tony Willis, Superintendent of the Calhoun County School Systems. When we broke, you were talking about playing into the strengths, I think, of the students. And Calhoun County has a very diverse population. We've got special needs kids. We just got the whole range of stuff that you find in a public school system. How are you working toward playing to their strengths?
Well, one of the things we want to do is we want to offer as many different extracurricular ways that students can be involved. You know, we have different clubs and organizations at every one of our schools. Everyone's familiar with those, the Friday Night Lights and football and the band and some of these that, you know, maybe get the attention, but we also have a lot of sports that aren't as widely followed, and we have robotics teams, and we have, you know, theater. We have so many different things that people can be involved in, and one of the things that we want, as I was talking about, we want to provide them is we don't have to be, it's almost impossible to be the best at everything, but you do want to offer so that kids can get some exposure to a lot of different things and find their different interests, because every student is different.
Every student is different, you know, and I came from a very small private school in Connecticut, and we had very small class sizes and a very broad education. So I was a theater kid, but I also played lacrosse, and we always managed to put those together. In your experience, regardless of budget, what is the optimum class size for a single teacher?
You know, sometimes it depends on the subject, you know, and definitely the grade level. We can put 25 or 30 high school kids in a class, you know, or especially like in a chemistry lab or something. I don't know that anyone wants 30 kindergartners in the same classroom.
Yeah,
so,
no.
You know, but we do. We try to keep our kindergarten, we actually keep it at 18 and under.
Okay.
We make sure we keep those classes much smaller than some of the others. And basically, as you move up from there, we kind of cap those unofficially at about 18. When we have a class that gets up over that, we add another unit, and so we can give everyone a little relief.
And am I right in thinking that the state dictates teacher units based on student census?
They give us money based on student census,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
But you know, they end up, we tend to start with that 18 at kindergarten, and as the grades move up, we can have a few more. And
We heard Dr. Eric Mackey, who's the state superintendent,
correct,
talk a few months ago about his annual budget. They have a $9 billion budget, I think, this coming year, and I think that's up a couple billion from the year before. But they've lost. He was speaking in terms of losing some of the federal money that came from COVID, like $2.5 billion.
Correct.
How is that loss going to affect Calhoun County?
some of it depends on how a district has used it. I think that Dr. Reyes and the people before me, were wise in trying not to invest any more of that than necessary into personnel and salaries. A lot of it's used for things that are safety and security, or if it's HVAC systems to help with health conditions. Those are one-time expenses that you use some of the federal money to pay for. The challenge was if you started using too much of this for personnel, and then actually today, September 30th, is when all of that money has to be extinguished and spent. So moving forward tomorrow with October 1st, or moving forward, it would be a situation where if you've invested it in personnel, you're going to have to start finding some local money to continue to fund those
That was
things.
very wise. So put it into capital stuff. And,
Yes, as much as possible.
Yeah.
Now, some of it was for academic gain. I mean, to close the gap that was, where we struggled during COVID. So some of that inevitably had to be in your summer programs and in personnel, but you try to limit that as much as possible.
Now, we were talking about mental health off the air earlier, and you mentioned school security, and of course, as an old mental health guy, a lot of those run hand in hand.
They do.
The sheriff's office provides school resource officers, I think, at every campus now. So what are some of the things that you're working on with regard to security in the school system?
That's something that's always changing and always looking to improve. We actually met this morning, my deputies and I, and we were evaluating some other products and other things that we could do to make them more secure. Regardless of what investment you make in hardware or software, they only work as well as the people that are there and watching it and manning it. So we have those conversations a lot with our people. You'll never be able to replace the eyes and ears and that piece of it as well. But
I remember we always used to say, good security is inconvenient. And you got to not prop the door open and make sure they're all locked, and everybody's responsible for, hey, this door is unlocked. Let's get some help. And then sometimes you have to take out the pretty window doors and do something less dangerous. Mental illness works along those lines. A lot of the kids that have done this, or most all of them, have suffered some kind of mental illness, and it's fairly obvious. We have now, over the last few years, had mental health, what do you call them in schools?
Coordinators.
Mental health coordinators, and they're working with Department of Mental Health, Highland Health Systems, and other counselors to provide services. How is that going to change over this next year, do you think?
Fortunately, we actually just hired a new mental health coordinator, and so getting him, the state's funding that, but we have used local money to continue some of our partnerships with some of our outside agencies, our third-party support, that we bring social workers in and help provide services as well. Because we do believe that, I often use the analogy, there was a day in schools that mom and dad were responsible for providing your lunch. The school didn't feed you. It's like mom and dad will pack you a lunch. And we realized that, but if mom and dad don't, it's going to be really hard to teach this kid that's hungry. So eventually we led into, we're going to feed you. So to use that same model, we're kind of the mindset of, okay, there may be stuff at home, there may be drama at home, there may be things at home that are making it very hard for you mentally or emotionally, socially, to function properly at school. So maybe we have to take some efforts and some steps to help remedy the situation.
When I was with Family Links a few years ago, we modeled a program that I think became the basis of the mental health coordinator. We had funding from United Way, and we provided for a couple of schools a mental health coordinator that was really kind of a case manager.
Yes.
The goal was to target a kid at an early age, this is my target child, and then do a full family psychosocial. What's going on at home, what's going on with this kid, full thing. And then provide services, referral services for that. And then keep that kid in that model with a case manager all the way through high school until they graduated. It's great. It's a very expensive program.
That's absolutely, though, a great model.
It was a great model, and I think that's what gave us our coordinators. And of course, there's always the question of what do you do with your school counselors? I teach school counselors at JSU, so when can we let them counsel?
I know. Unfortunately, and our council will be the first ones to say that their window of time that they're counseling students has become smaller and smaller through the years because of administrative things that they do with scheduling. And it's really becoming more of academic counseling now. They're helping kids make life decisions about where they want their life to be and help them lay out a path for that. So we still consider it counseling. It's more academic counseling. But we still have such a need for that, the other type of counseling, family counseling. We're
closing and we got a minute left. So in less than a minute, tell us what our school system is going to look like in 12 months.
We want to be better, and the school system is in a very good place. I did not come in here to make broad sweeping changes because it was running at a high level, so we all have put our collective heads together and looking for and finding small ways to improve. One of the things we're excited about is finding a way. You referenced cities and counties. There were only 12 districts in the state that were an A last year, and all 12 were city districts. There was not a single county that was an A.
So something to work toward.
Calhoun County would love to be the first.
We're going to do that. Thank you for being with us today, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next week here on Meet the Newsmakers.
You may not believe it, but it's true. The 2024 Team 1 Chevys are here. All 23-24 Silverado light duties have 2.9% financing for 72 months. The hottest new 24 Team 1 Chevy Blazer, 1.9% financing and no payments till April. And the #1 selling family vehicle, the Equinox. 24 models. You got it. 1.9% financing and no payments till April. Team 1 Chevrolet, home of the best people, the best service, period.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero-turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
Discover why Hungry Hut Barbecue has been Etowah County's go-to for mouth-watering barbecue for 40 years. If you're not in the mood for barbecue, try our very popular chicken finger plate with fried green tomatoes of our famous fried pickles. And don't forget about our drive-thru. Come down to Hungry Hut's Barbecue today.
Hey guys, I'm Cameron Minton with Minton Home Center. Minton Home Center has been in business for over 40 years. We are a family-owned and operated manufactured home dealership. We offer affordable housing for our customers as well as a multitude of different financing options to help our customers get into a new home. When you come to Minton Home Center and you start looking around our lot, the first thing you will notice is that we have the most competitive prices in the industry.
Good afternoon, I'm Dr. Olubidi. I would like to welcome you to our clinic, which is virtually your clinic. We strive to provide a family environment from our nurses as well as the practitioners we have in the clinic to serve you and your family members. We pride ourselves for having state-of-the-art facility here in the clinic to include ultrasound, fibroscan to check on your liver. We welcome you in our clinic, your clinic at Dr. Olubidi's. And thank you so very much.
At DVP Auto Group, we have a wide selection of any type of car you could want. We offer financing for all types of credit. Not only can we help you to purchase a car affordably, but we can help you with any issues you may experience with your car as well. We provide oil change, tire repair, brake service, or anything else you may need. We also gladly accept trade-ins, and if you're willing, we can help you drive away in a new car the same day. If you don't see something you like in the lot, we'll help you find one, whether you buy from us or not. Come see us today.
When you buy insurance online, you may not always be aware of what you're getting. At Allstate Jonathan Everly, we pride ourselves on making sure that our clients are adequately protected. With over 18 years in experience, our staff is more than well prepared to provide you with the best service available. At Allstate Jonathan Everly, you're in good hands.
In the fight against breast cancer, we will never surrender. Every day, brave hearts and strong souls come together to face this challenge head-on. On Saturday, September 28th at 9 a.m., Morelia Vineyards and Winery in Hoax Bluff will host a 5K to raise money for Never Surrender in the fight against breast cancer and help save lives in our community. It is $30 to pre-register. Sign up today at runsignup.com. From our earliest beginnings, Taylor Real Estate Solutions has been a part of the JSU community, serving as Jack State's premier property management partner, but our service extends far beyond management. With over 30 years combined real estate expertise, we are your team for buying and selling real estate. Our knowledgeable agents will guide you through buying and selling process with confidence and ease.
Taylor Real Estate Solutions, Jacksonville's hometown real estate team.
What can you buy for $10? A hat? A milkshake? 166 channels plus live sports? That's right, for only $10 you can get 166 channels of classic TV shows and movies, including the latest news update from all around the world and local sports. Just simply go to 24ctn.com and click download, and then for only $10 you can have access to the best TV available.